I bet she would do that.
Oh, he's kicked alive.
Oh, actually, yeah. We've gone. We've kicked
I
to
know you
going
gotta
live.
watch
So
this. You gotta
Yeah,
watch
he
this
always sneaks
guy.
up with that.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't let you. He doesn't let you know. He used to know. Yeah.
Right?
So hi everybody. Mr. Moose here. Back and Becca's to the right of us, and the fabulous
Hi.
Paul down below. Hi
I'm
everybody.
below it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi there, Pete. Hi there, Becca. So, Pete, you recently had a patch over your eye. That wasn't because you were appearing in pantomime as a pirate. It wasn't to hide a black eye given to you by Lloyd.
That
Can
could
you
have
tell
been.
us a
Yeah.
little bit about it?
No, that's the procedure that he does after he does the surgery. So the brightness after the surgery, to so you don't step out in the sunlight, you got to cover the eye. So your eye pupil gets a chance to adjust.
Yeah.
That's the way I took it. But no, seriously, yeah, I got punched in the eye and I was trying to hide it.
You're right. So,
No.
so,
Yeah.
so what was it you were getting done? It was a cataracts operation, did you say?
Yeah, I had it ever since 2010, believe it or not.
Right.
When I was working at Hamilton's, I was a hand sander on, it was called a time saver sander. And when stuff would come out in the back, I had 4 headlights from one side showing me how smooth the wood was. And then if it was rough, I needed to sand it. Well,
Yep.
that's the side that the eye was on. And I noticed it was, why are things getting kind of silver? And then I found out what was going on. And I just left it get worse and worse and worse. Finally, I just did something about it. And here I am today.
Well, I was going to say I got a bit of a shock when I saw the picture of you with your eye patch over your eye,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you put a post out to say that everything went well and
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I redid it, and actually the patch was only on. I had my operation Friday at 10 o'clock, and he put the patch on, and then I went to see him at 3:45 my time the same day. So the patch wasn't on really long.
yeah.
So
Well,
I only
anyway,
play. I only
so
played a
so
pirate. I only played a pirate for a couple hours. I go, hey mateys, you guys better swab the decks. I can't talk like that, but
no worries. Becca, I was going to wear my bright shirt, but bearing in mind that Peter's just had this cataracts operation, I toned it down a bit. So,
yeah.
Pete, you've seen my bright shirt, haven't you?
Oh, that one that you just had on when you
Yeah,
checked. Yeah. Oh my God. Does that?
yeah.
Do you? I was going to ask you. Do you even have a shirt that lights up too?
That one I think does when you
I
hit light on it. I think
I
it'll have
know. I saw that. I saw
like a
that.
fluorescent effect on it.
Oh my God. How many colors are in that?
Quite a few actually.
I know. I couldn't count them. Yeah, that was an awesome shirt, man. Holy crap, that baby stuck right out.
I know it's
Do you have a picture where you could show everybody?
no. I'm gonna save it till after you fully recovered from your eye
Oh,
operation,
I
and then
can.
and then
I can.
I'll wear it.
Well, I can always put something in front of my eye. How about that?
Yeah. Right.
Or I could go this way too. I could go this way too, but just
Oh
cover up, or just cover up one side. How's that?
no. I think we prefer the full Pete the Moose Dassey effect.
Okay. Well, I'm just making suggestions. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So Becca, what have you been up to recently?
Oh, I had my surgery and it all went well, and now I'm just
Good.
resting.
Good. And you had what was it, a Southern Fried Chicken Day?
Oh yeah, so there's Brendan gets special meals. He used to get them often before COVID, and then I think because of COVID, they stopped doing it so often. But I think they're starting to bring that back for him. So he's getting a special fried chicken meal on the 26th, I believe, is the day.
All right,
Oh,
right.
And
okay.
yeah, and he really, 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 really enjoys it when people join in spirit and have chicken. And
Yeah,
So I set up this Facebook event, and I think I invited you both to it.
Yep.
Um,
yeah. I seen
but
something,
you
but I
know,
didn't
if
really, with the stuff going on. Sometimes I
yeah.
lose all. I lose all.
So if everyone wants to on the 26th have chicken, fried chicken, yeah, thank you, Barb. Thursday.
This coming Thursday.
Fried
Yeah.
Yeah, this upcoming Thursday, have fried chicken or even baked chicken, really, honestly, anything. But, take a picture of you and enjoying the chicken,
Oh,
and
okay.
you could either send it to me or post it on the event page, and I usually print those pictures out and send it to him, and he really, really enjoys that. I think it gives him warm feelings knowing that people are constantly
Yeah.
thinking of him, even in these small ways like this, so yeah.
What if we just wanted to go out to get Kentucky Fried Chicken? Does that count?
Yep.
Yeah, it counts.
Okay. Okay.
But for me in Galashiels, I'm afraid we've got lots of mod cons like 24-hour shopping and Tesco's and Asda, and we've got a
Right.
McDonald's, but we've not got a KFC.
We don't have a KFC where I live either, so
No,
I'm gonna
no,
have to,
Really?
yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna have
oh, I'll have
to
to
yeah,
make
send some
it.
through the phone.
I
I'll have
know
to
it's
send some through
terrible
the phone then or something. Wow.
because I actually prefer KFC to McDonald's usually. I think
Yeah, yeah,
it's better,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
not that I have
Hey,
McDonald's very often.
Fernanda.
Yeah, we're getting a
Sorry.
few people.
Jasmine's.
Yeah, we're getting a few people in the chat that I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
before. Certainly not for a while. I noticed
I
Barb
was.
popped in to tell us.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Mose.
Brent. Yeah,
Yeah,
Brendan's mom. Yeah. I even commented back on the thing I was watching this morning. She did a little piece. I forgot what was the name of it again, Becca.
The what?
That thing you put on this morning, or when you put it on, something about Alice, and you guys were talking something to do with Brendan and that. I forgot what you called it.
Oh, I made a little video last night about
Oh, that
being
was last night.
positive
Okay. Okay.
in the community and just trying to be the best set versions of ourselves for Brendan and for Steven, and not
Okay.
letting hate and negativity. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Because that can.
Alice Irwin, she changed I think I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give too much away, but she did change her YouTube name to Alice in Wrongful Conviction Land.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and I told her one of my favorite songs is a Lady Gaga song, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. So that's why. So then
So
that's why I sent you my version. The
yeah,
one, the
yeah.
one that I grew up living next door to Alice. I hope she likes that one. That one brings back memories. I think I ran into that one when I was like 17. They had that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured I'd send you something because I never sent. She's far away, so I can't send it from Dassey Radio. So I transferred it to you so you could send it to her.
I need to send it to her. Thank you
Yeah.
for reminding me.
Yeah. Let me know what she thinks then.
I will.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the popular ones. I forgot who did it again, but it was called Living Next Door to Alice.
yes, it was by Smokey.
Yeah, there you go.
Smokey,
Hey, even
yeah, that's
Paul
it.
knows it.
Yeah,
Yeah, even Paul knows
yep,
it. I
yeah.
think,
Well,
oh yeah, now that I punched it up, I think it was from 1976.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
here in the UK, we had a comedian called Roy Chubby Brown who did
Okay.
a remix of it. And,
Oh,
and
did
every
he?
time, yeah, and every time they say, "I can't get used to living next door to Alice," he goes, "Alice? Who the is Alice? Alice? Who's Alice?"
Oh,
And it's
really?
like that all
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
through. And
yeah,
I tell you, it was incredibly popular for a while.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Barb.
how, I wanted to run something past you, and particularly as Barb is here at the moment, and I will
Yeah.
draft a letter to Steve Drizzen asking, I asked Pete a while back, and Laurie did some research for us to discover who obviously we're trying to get the attention of Governor Tony Evers. But it struck me that as well as Governor Evers, rather than just sort of banging on his door, obviously he's the governor, but also senators. They have a certain amount of power, don't they, in
Right.
Wisconsin? Because
Yeah.
they basically draft the legislation, don't they? And so
You
so
know,
sorry,
sorry to
carry on.
interrupt.
Yeah, no, you,
I've been telling people to also tweet and write and email to Josh Call,
yes, yeah, yeah. But then
because
but
I
then you
feel he has more power over. I mean, Governor Evers can exonerate or free them, but Josh Call
yeah,
can too.
right. Yeah, I mean, what I was thinking though was that as I said, Laurie managed to find out the name of the local senator for sort of Manitowoc area, and I'm just wondering if maybe it's worth getting in touch with the senators, because at the moment it would seem as if, and I hate to say this, but as far as Governor Evers is concerned, or Josh Cole, to actually suddenly decide that they're going to let Steve or Brendan go free, would
Right.
be, for them, it would be like some sort of political suicide. I realise that we've got to keep on it, Governor Evers, but I'm just wondering if maybe also making it clear to the senators that are on the next run down on the ladder,
Yeah.
but put it to them that we need, obviously, Brendan exonerated. Well, pardon, clemency for for Brendan, which is what Governor
Right.
Evers can grant, isn't it? But obviously, one has to be careful. You don't simply bang on the door of senators and demand that this be done for Brendan. So I've had a little bit of input from Mark, who suggested, when you do write to these senators, to ask some sort of, if you like, poignant questions, so that you don't sort of immediately jump down the throat of these people. And I just wonder what your thoughts were on that. Let me find out what Mark wrote, because it was very good, Roddy.
I'm one of those, anybody that will listen, that's higher up in the political system of Wisconsin. If even if they can or cannot do something, anybody that's willing to listen and can even just even go to Governor Evers himself or whoever the powers may be and say, look, this needs to be done, in my personal opinion, I think is a helpful thing. I don't think it's a waste of time um, to try to get senators or anybody else involved in this. I think it's a great idea. I think concentrating all our efforts on Governor Evers isn't a bad idea, but I do think it needs to be spread out.
Yeah,
So I,
Yeah, I totally agree with Becca. She's got a nice word set up for everything. I totally
yeah,
agree 100% with her.
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the thing is, it's interesting, isn't it? Brendan should have a full exoneration. It's 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Catholic Laura Nyrider tweeted recently that it's 10 years since Damien Eccles was released from death row. Is that right? Have I got that bit right? And then
yeah,
obviously
Yeah.
they had that
gosh, yeah,
alimony, and it's taking ages. It's taking ages to actually look at the evidence that the state in this occasion, to see what they got rid of that they should have kept, and the parallels with Steve and Brendan's case. It's unfathomable, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
But can I just run through some of the? These are excellent questions that Mark suggested that to draft in a letter. And as I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in touch with Steve Drizzen and ask his opinion. Partly because when Illinois decided that it should become not permissible to lie to juveniles in police interrogation. I wanted to get in touch with David Hamilton and answer the question that he asked of Laura. Are the police allowed to bluff? And ram it back in his throat that no, they're not allowed to bluff, and as your own state legislators have decided. So no, the answer to your question is no. They should not have bluffed, lied to Brendan. But anyway,
I also call it brainwash.
it's what it was as well. It's something that Tracy Keogh pointed out. When you do the actual analysis, there's like a question every 9.8 seconds. And they just move on to the next question. And Brendan never really has the chance to
Yeah.
sort of argue at all about it. Anyway, here we go. Here we go. These are some of the questions that Mark suggested I put. But as I say, I think I want to run this past Steve Drizzen because he said no, don't get in touch with David Hamilton, much as I'd have liked to have told him exactly what I thought of him. But anyway, Mark, but maybe the question should be: do they believe clemency powers are granted to the governor as a man or a woman, as an individual person, or are they to the party that stroke the government of the day? I mean that's an interesting, isn't it? Because clemency is something which Scott Walker had the ability to grant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before Brendan, before obviously Tony Evers took over. Next question would be do you think persons still serving time in prison are deserving of clemency consideration? What would be the circumstances that might exist to justify considering clemency for a serving prisoner? And after that, you could introduce Brendan's case by asking them what do they recall about it. And basically to sum up, he said, so I guess what I'm saying is the topic should be clemency rather than Brendan. So you can sort of try and present some some questions and thoughts for them. And as he rightly pointed out, and not scare them off straight away. It's a bit of a political hot potato, isn't it? I mean, is it 2023 will be Eva's last year?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's got
That's
2 more years left.
that's when they might you might realise. But I can't help thinking that.
So, broken justice, real
Yeah,
quickly. It is not illegal to lie to anybody during interrogations, other than recently in Illinois and Oregon, it's illegal to lie to minors, but they can still lie to adults.
that's right. I think there's one other place, isn't there? Is it somewhere like New York or?
Is it New York is making a law then? Because I know they're trying to
Yeah,
pass legislations in different states
yeah,
recently based off of Brendan's case. But as far as Illinois and Oregon, as far as I know, is the only place that you're not allowed to lie to minors
yeah, yeah, yeah.
during interrogation. Everyone else, though, they can still lie to.
Yeah. Every other English-speaking country in the rest of the world, you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to lie to juveniles, and basically tell them. What I mean, it was so stupid. We know what happened. Tell us in your own words.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you could literally make up dozens of different scenarios based on not what Brendan said, but what he simply agreed with. He was changing from from one story to another. As soon as they wanted him to change to something else, fine, okay, whatever you say. You know what's happening. I had to laugh at a line from Michael Cicchini's book where the police tried that on one of his clients. And then they said, we already know what happened, but we need it in your words. And he said, well, if you already know what happened, I'm going to shut up. Sorry, what were you saying then, Becca?
Sorry,
Yeah,
I said Alice.
there's Alice in there, Becca.
Alice, I have to send you a
Yeah.
message on Discord.
I am Yeah, my take on the Brendan Dassey thing, what that the cops at the school, in my take, that should have never happened. There, they should have waited, or it should have happened, but they should have had some sort of grown up in there. What the situation is that he's just like me. I've been a slow learner all my life. It's not like we don't know what's going on. Like if I take a test and everybody would be done in a half an hour, I'd probably be done in an hour. I'd probably still get an A on it. I just take a slower pace to it,
Right.
and he's the same way. But yeah, he was easily talked. He was easily manipulated. Of what every time I see that video, I just like to get a hold of either one of those guys, and I know you can't do it, but I mean it's just and even Ken Kratz too. When the thing first started, he blew the whole thing out of proportion on, oh, throw the whole thing on TV, do this and do that, and I think he blew everything out of proportion too when it first started.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I when I first saw the interview, the interrogation of Brendan, I kept saying to myself, argue back, or shut up. Do one,
Yeah, yeah,
do something, do something. You are just being railroaded. You maybe don't realize it. But I mean, it was so sad when you see likes of O'Kelly when he comes along and does that test with him, and to begin with, Brendan saying, well, nothing happened, and
yeah.
then Michael Kelly says, well, if you want to do that, then there's nothing I can do to help you. And do you want to be helped? And of course he wants to be helped. But and then they again managed to get him to completely turn it around. Um,
Yeah.
but
Like
but
like the
what?
part at the end there when, oh, where did he shoot her in the head? He didn't even have no idea that she was shot.
Yeah,
They right there you can see they planted it in his head. You know,
it's,
Um,
it just irks me. Sorry, I'm just having flashbacks of
yeah.
I don't know how they can live with themselves. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is, I get that, looking at this and remembering it all, you want to go back, as you say, to that time when they took him to the school, and that should never have happened. And then you think, obviously, Hodden at Mark, the sharp bit, he often talks about valves and safety nets, and,
Yeah,
and I mean, even though they did that, and they shouldn't have done, it should have been then the judge that said, you can't do that to Brendan. You cannot
right.
do that sort of thing. But of course, they were just allowed to do whatever they wanted.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I must admit, I believe Barbara when she tells everybody that she was not allowed to go and be
Right.
with Brendan, and they said,
They
if you you know we'll simply have you arrested. And we know for a fact, don't we, that the particularly in the sheriff's department, they often use that threat. They used it with that Deborah Kakach, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
you
the
go
thing
anywhere
is
near the yard, and we'll have you arrested.
right. I think that's the thing that people don't really fully realize is that the law enforcement didn't just manipulate Brendan and they didn't just, pick on Steven. They did to the whole family. They were all lied to, they were all manipulated, they were all
Yeah.
used, they were all it wasn't just Brendan and Steven and Barb couldn't get to him.
Yeah,
She,
yeah,
they played games with her too, so to stall her from getting to Brendan. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's not. But
yeah,
that's how they work. That's how they work and interrogate, and that's how they got to Brendan the way they did.
That's how their style is, and it sucks big time.
Yeah,
mhm.
and
I'm
and it's
sorry, but
legal.
yeah, I know.
It's legal,
Yeah.
and that's what's messed up about it.
You're
It's
wondering how
completely
many
and totally
innocent
messed up about it.
you're wondering how many innocent people are locked up today because of
Oh,
that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
well,
Somebody in the chat, Broken Justice said, it can't be, or such like it can't be legal to do that without a parent, and it is, because they ask you your Miranda rights,
Yeah.
and even if you're under the age of 18 and you don't understand what they are, if you waive your right to a lawyer,
Mhm.
it's legal.
Yeah, but it's often considered, isn't it, by a lot of people that you don't want to exercise your rights to silence and stuff like that because it makes you seem guiltier in the eyes of those interrogating you, don't they?
Right,
They
right.
present it in such a way whereby the
They have.
pressure is on you to accept the fact that they want to talk to you.
Exactly. They have it so ingrained in our society and even in our media and TV and everything that if you ask for a lawyer or representation, then that must mean you're guilty. If you say no to being searched, if you say no to a polygraph, or like, what are you
Yeah.
hiding? What are you hiding?
Yes.
And that's not the, that's not the case. People have to realize you have the right to these privacy rights, and you need a lawyer, whether you're innocent or guilty.
But the thing is, if you're innocent, all you want to do is try and help.
Help, yeah, you want to help. You
You
want to
Yeah.
know.
help.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Brendan was
Yeah.
100% like, he didn't have anything to hide, right? He was innocent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
same thing
They
with
don't.
Steven. Steven
Yeah.
had
They
the
don't
same,
have.
and
Yeah. They don't
unfortunately,
have.
even though Steven had to deal with the police too, second time around, he had the same, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah. They don't have
But he
nothing
should have asked for
on
a lawyer
Brendan at
too.
all. Yeah. They don't.
He
I
should have
got a
asked for a
surprise.
lawyer
Actually, I
too.
got a surprise call from. Here I was thinking if it was Wednesday because Brendan calls me every Wednesday, and here Tuesday, the phone goes off and my wife Lori goes, "Oh, it's Brendan." I'm going, "It's Tuesday night." Here it was Steve. Here it was Steve. I had a half an hour talk with Steve,
All
and
right.
yeah, it brought back good memories because we had a lot of good memories together, and I was
Right.
asking him questions, and he was actually saying the same thing Brendan was, a complete setup, and none of that stuff happened, and we were joking around. I'm going, "Hey, Steve, you know what? You really did a good job on hiding the blood in your trailer." I said, "How the hell did you get rid of it so fast?" And he started
Yeah.
laughing. We were just joking around, and he
Yeah.
was laughing right
Right.
with me. He goes, "Yeah, it's just like same thing. It never happened. It's
Exactly. 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 I mean,
unbelievable. You know."
yeah. I mean, the thing is one of the things that I've always gone on about, because that really bugs me, is this whole idea that the RAV was found near the crusher because it
Yeah,
was Steve's intention to crush the RAV4.
yeah,
I'm sorry, if you crush a vehicle and there's DNA evidence inside that vehicle, crushing the vehicle won't get rid of that evidence. Fine, if you were to incinerate the
yeah,
vehicle, that would get rid of DNA. And I was left thinking, hold on a sec. Steve did 18 years. For quite a lot of those years, he's got lawyers trying to develop the evidence to prove that he's innocent. And you think, well, one of the people that would take a real keen interest in DNA because he was exonerated by it would be Stephen Avery. He might not be the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to a lot of things, but I would suggest that when it comes to DNA evidence, that guy probably knows quite a bit about it, doesn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he
But yeah, we had a nice talk for a half an hour, and I said, "Hey, a long
good.
time," because it's been a real long time since I talked to Steve.
Yeah,
And yeah, we had some joking around, and we were joking around a lot, and I said,
Oh, is
just
that
like to,
recently?
yeah, yeah, this last Tuesday, it
yeah.
took me
Oh,
by
good for
surprise because
you.
it took me by surprise because instead of saying Oshkosh, it said something else, and in press five, it's on the same thing, and yeah, and here it was Steve, and I said, "How do you like that key thing too?" At the end, only one key on the ring, and he
Uh,
says, "Yeah, that's a joke too. I mean, how many keys do you got? I mean, you got to have one for the house, you got one for the car, and then one for something else. Yeah, just that single key." He kind of laughed on that one too, but yeah, we were kind
Right.
of joking around about things, letting them know that I was behind them 100%, and yeah, I mean, and then I felt for him, from the first one with the rape on the beach. I said that really sucked too, and
Mm.
yeah, we had a pretty good talk. It was actually a surprise, but yeah, we talked about a
Yeah.
lot of things. But I can tell just by the way his voice that he didn't have nothing to do with her
Oh yeah,
disappearance.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's really great, Pete, because
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of people try to make situations up that don't really exist. So I think that's awesome that the reality is that you two are on good terms.
Oh yeah, we always have been. I mean, we had our ups and downs when we used to hang out with each other, but everybody
Of
does,
course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
yeah. Oh, okay. I see that. Did you go to? Did I go to school with who?
Stephen.
Stephen.
Oh, no, no. I just grew up with him and kind of hung out with him. He went to Michigan. I'm from Two Rivers, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think, I mean, what sort of age gap is there between yourself and Steve?
I think I'm a little older. I don't know. I know it's like within 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm 63. I think he could be 60 or something like that.
15.
I know it's
Yeah.
like it's a couple of years in between. It's but
Right.
Yeah.
Did
And
he just I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask, did he know about the London rally?
I don't know. I don't know. It would be nice if he did. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
did they make him proud over there?
Barbie Ellen said he's 58. I know he was
mhm.
pretty close to my age. Okay, but no, too bad somebody couldn't tell him about maybe Sandy Greenman. Greenman can tell him because she visits. Yeah, she visits him a lot.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I just also want to say big shout out to all the UK people for that
Oh
London
yeah,
rally
yeah.
was amazing.
I enjoyed that when you played that back, and I felt really nice because when they started off, they said speedy recovery to me and you, Becca, and then
Yeah, that
they
was really
said
sweet of Joe.
yeah, and then they said how they feel about Barbie there, that she should that they're thinking about her and that. I thought that was
Yeah.
great. I thought that was great.
Yeah, really great people. I love
Yeah.
all the UK, including you, Paul.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I I didn't I did
Don't let him home. No.
I didn't manage to get down to London. It's about 400 miles, and
400
Yeah,
miles.
sorry, I
Four
wasn't
hundred
wasn't able
miles
to
from
get.
you. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
it's
I did
all
want
good.
to ask though is, I don't know if you got a chance to talk much about it, but I just wondered if in your conversation with Steve,
Yeah.
I wondered if he asked about how Brendan was and what Brendan's getting up to.
Yeah. I think I said he's taking things day by day. He tries to stay positive, and I could tell Steve when I was joking around with him and stuff that he was positive, and I could just tell by his laugh that this thing is a real big joke.
Yeah.
Because if I mean, because if a person did it, he wouldn't be laughing and joking like that. I mean.
No.
And I could tell in the first place that, yeah, he asked me how he was doing, and I said, staying positive and waiting every day, and basically, I think Steve's kind of the same way. He's waiting for something to break, and we were talking a little bit about Kathleen Zellner and a little bit about
Right.
everything. But the half an hour that goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
So it's like I think he called me at 6 o'clock or 5 after 6, and then we were on till 6:35
Well.
or something like that. So, and it's like the girl comes on, you got 1 minute left, and you got to hurry up. And I said, hey, nice from hearing from you, and hey, take care. And I left him know that I believed in him, and I know he didn't do anything. It's just that the Manitowoc and the state of Wisconsin just don't like him, and they have it in for him. That's all it
Mhm.
is.
Yep. Yep. And I mean, you don't have to go into any kind of
Yeah,
detail, but
yeah, yeah.
did he ask about how um, uh, basically his kids, which are your kids, how they're doing?
Yeah, I did. I did ask him if he ever talks to. I think he talked to Steve Jr. A
Hmm.
couple weeks ago, I asked him if he talked to Bill Jr. No, not yet, and or did he? But then he asked about Rachel,
Yeah.
and I guess he was trying to get a hold of her. But I know he talks to Jennifer a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jennifer, he's more or less, they're more
Yeah.
like talking. Yeah, and I said
Hmm.
I think that's a good thing because to keep in contact. But Bill's kind of like touch and go. It's
It's
when he
so
wants to,
hard.
yeah, when he wants to answer his phone, and then he's got that video game craze going. So if he's in the middle of a video game, I'll piss on it. I'll get to it later. So
Oh my gosh. I'm all like starting to tear up, and then you're like, video game. Oh, the video game. I'm like, oh gosh.
yeah, 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 yeah. So otherwise, yeah, he
No.
seemed really good spirited, and he totally caught me off guard. I thought it was Brendan because
Yeah.
when he calls, it's from the same kind of facility, and they ask you the same
Yes.
questions.
Hmm.
And
Right.
even Laurie thought, well, "What is Brendan's on the phone?" And I'm going, "What? It's only Tuesday night." So. But yeah, we had a
Yeah.
Right.
pretty good time, and I can tell definitely he's it's just another setup, and you
Yeah.
know,
I can just imagine if when you went to get the phone, this is a call from blah blah blah, and you said you're thinking nah wrong day Tuesday and just hung up.
no, I automatically
Right.
hit. It says to accept the call, you got to hit number 5 or say 5,
Yeah.
and even if it was him, anyways, I would have took it because I haven't talked to him like for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he
I bet
still
it was.
sound he still sounded like the same old Steve. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And
laughing and
I mean, the thing is, we've talked about this in the past, haven't we? Like I suppose it's a bloke thing, but there's a lot of things that we do which are or interests that we have which are mutual. We like the cars. We like
yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah,
you you
yeah,
you like doing a bit of woodwork. I like doing a bit of woodwork and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Apart from when I try and take my thumb off,
Oh
it's much
yeah,
better now. But
yeah. What
when I
happened there?
did it, it
You
was
yeah, you
deep.
got to pay attention. Yeah, yeah. Accidents do happen.
And then Eunice says to me about the fact that she said, "Oh, you're working hard on it. Would it not be better if you got an electric saw?" And I'm thinking, if I had an electric saw, I would not have a thumb left.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have just
Mm.
sliced through it. So
Well, it was
no,
like
I'm
me when I had my accident. I think I told you that I was working in the porch and I had a ceiling fan going and got too
mm,
close to the ceiling fan and zip. I was trying to cut my hair with the ceiling fan. Well, I ended up getting like 5 or 6 stitches. So
ooh,
Oh wow.
oh.
that was just stupidity. I think I brought that up to you, didn't I?
I don't think we've heard that one
Okay.
before. I
Oh,
don't think we've
maybe
heard
not.
that one.
But yeah, we used to have this little ceiling fan in the porch, and I was doing some work out there, and it was so hot,
Yeah.
and I was working away from it, and all of a sudden, one point, I got too close to it, and Laurie goes, "What are you doing? Trying to cut your hair with the ceiling fan?" I says, "Yeah, that don't work. That don't work." So, so people do stupid things. But today I replaced it with a light, so the ceiling fan is no longer. So.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear
Yeah,
it. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Keep
yeah,
keep 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 what hair you've got.
yeah. I know. I'd have
Anyway,
to show. I'd have to show you my ID from Hamilton's when I was 17 years old. You could see all the hair I had back then.
I think I've seen pictures of you when you were much
Yeah,
younger, and
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
you and Brendan very very
yeah.
similar.
And then the people ask me, "Whatever happened?" And I just laugh because people do change when you get older, and then people haven't seen me for. I just ran into a guy that I haven't seen for 35 years, and he goes, "Boy, you didn't change much at all." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so Becca, it's for Brendan. It's the chicken meal on Thursday.
Yeah, the
Have you?
26th.
Yeah.
okay.
You got anything else lined up? Looking forward to?
I think I need to ask Brendan how he feels
Oh,
about it. But I was actually thinking in September we can do some sort of rock painting event.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
For because I noticed that's becoming a really popular thing, and I love to do it. And I thought that would be cool if everyone from where they were painted a free Brendan rock and then placed it somewhere and
Yeah.
took a picture of it. When I traveled from Arizona to Wisconsin, I did that. I painted a bunch of free Brendan Dassey, free Stephen Avery rocks, and I posted them from between Arizona and Wisconsin. Um, and he really enjoyed that, so I thought
Yeah.
that could be something. So I think September I'm gonna do that event, and then
Excellent.
Awesome.
yeah, and then and then the merch shop's doing good. Everyone's buying merchandise.
Right.
Good.
I
Right. Yeah.
I have to send him uh I have to send him $60 so far that's been made. I haven't.
Wow.
Yeah, he's made almost $600 in total.
Wow.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
I
brilliant.
I've
left
been
him
really proud of that.
last time I had a visit with him. It wasn't. Well, I'm missing this Sunday because of the. But last time I went, I said you got people that love you all over the world.
Mm.
Yeah, and he's just totally blown away from that, and
Yeah,
he just I just tell him that how much everybody how everybody just loves him, and I keep him positive. Don't worry about
right,
me. Don't worry about me. So
right, yeah.
it's
No,
just the
he's such
hardest.
a
It's just the hardest thing is when you go and see him. You know, you can't wait to get in because one time, you got to go through this electronic door, and then one time I forgot to take my belt off. Oh, sorry. I'm just excited to go see him. But
Mm.
right,
I
yeah,
get it. It's really nice getting there, but it's really hard to leave because
Yeah.
you're walking away without him, and
I know.
yeah,
I know.
it's hard to put it in words unless you'd have to be there, and it would have to be your family to know what we're going through. But at
right,
least we
yeah,
can see each other again. You know.
right. I know
Yeah.
if I ever met him, I would probably give him the biggest hug and never
Oh
let go.
yeah, I'd love to
So
see that. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah. And then
never let
he
go.
did talk about they did start up the other phones because last time he talked to me, he was on a new phone. So I'll let you guys know when he gets the extra calls, and maybe he'll be calling you sooner or later. How would you
You
like?
know,
How would you like to
if
talk? How would you like to talk to him, Mister Paul?
I would say to him, "What the hell do you think you're playing at? I warned you many a time not to play cards against Carla Chase. And what happened? You kept playing cards against her, and she kept beating you. I
Yeah,
bloody
yeah,
warned you. She's a card shark." No, joking aside, I think what's really cool is the fact that you come on and chat with us, and so
yeah.
therefore you are, very close, obviously, to Brendan. You go and
Oh,
visit him, you get
oh,
talks
yeah,
with him.
yeah.
I think the fact that you don't just talk to Brendan, but as you say, during the week there you got a long chat with Steve.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's great that you take the time to come and have a chat with us. So I mean,
oh, yeah,
we,
yeah,
we are really
yeah,
pleased
yeah,
that you're able to do that with us, and let us all know how things are going.
yeah. So
Um,
Steve, yeah, Steve is doing really good, and yeah,
yeah,
we had a couple laughs on the phone, and it was a
Yeah,
great
that's really
it was
awesome.
a great time. I mean, it was out of the spare of the moment, but I'm going, oh, okay, and then I mean, I'm glad I took the call because I haven't heard from him for a real long time, and like I said, we do go back way back when, and it's
mm,
things were really great, and it kind of brought back memories, and you know, and then I ask him what he's doing. He says this and that and the other thing, and oh, I did say one thing to him that I don't like where Brendan's doing facility is. They can have pictures done anytime by him, but Brendan, the only time you can take pictures is at Christmas time. Because I
mm.
told Steve, I
Yeah,
said, "Oh, I want to see a picture of you and Sandy Greenman, or if Mark Hardknock comes down and get a picture with him. You got pictures all the time." He said, "Sure." Now I says, "Why can't they do that at the other facilities?
yeah,
You guys would like to see new pictures, wouldn't you?"
I would love. I was late to the party on that. I did last time I asked if I could have a picture next
Yeah,
time he did them, and
yeah,
but he barely gets them now, so it's like I can't.
yeah, yeah. They only
Oh,
do it at Oshkosh. They only do it at Christmas.
yeah, which is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I mean, it's not fine, fine. I
It is.
mean,
It is depressing because a lot of people want to see how he is today and how he's maturing. By new pictures, and I understand that. You know.
yeah, I love
Yeah,
seeing new pictures of him.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt on a moment,
Okay,
Becca.
sure, sure.
Can I just go back to a question in the chat about getting hold of merchandise? That'll be through the Brendan Talks channel.
Oh yeah, there. I can't
Yeah.
post the link right now,
Well,
but if
that's
you go
okay.
to
That's okay because I can,
yeah, if
and
you
it's
go
done.
to
It's done. And what?
Brendan
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if you
Becca.
go to Brendan Talks and in the description of our videos
Yeah.
and in our description of our channel, yeah, there's the link there.
Right.
And
Well,
yeah, he
I'll
gets a
put the
hundred
link.
percent of all profits too
Yeah.
from everything that's being sold.
Yeah. I'll put the link down below so it's easy enough to get hold of the merchandise. And as Barb's just mentioned, it's supposed to be every. It's in the federal holidays that they do the
Oh,
pictures apparently.
but see, when we went
So there you go.
to
Yeah.
Portage, they used to run these off all the time, and they took two or three
Oh yeah.
pictures. They took two or three pictures, and they made them out right there. You had to wait, like towards the end of your visit, maybe sometimes, and they gave Brendan a couple, and then you take whatever you want. So this one
Excellent.
here is from 2019.
Excellent.
That's from Portage too. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So what? So what height is Brandon now then?
I don't know. He's surely tall, isn't he?
Aye.
Here's another one. Here's another one by side. You can see how much taller he is than me.
And yeah, no, not that much, but
Yeah, from the side, yeah, but that's from
You can tell in the
oh,
shoulders that he's taller.
this one's from 2017 though.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Uh, Listen, guys, I'm going to say cheerio.
okay, all
It's
right.
dark here now.
I
Mind when I was
know.
showing you the garden, it was
I
light.
Yeah,
Now
I
it's
know.
dark.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
complete
Paul.
darkness now.
Yeah, before we came on, everybody, Paul showed me his garden, and it's right out of his studio. See, I thought
Yeah,
his studio was upstairs or downstairs, but no,
yeah,
it's right on the main floor, and you go right outside there. And yeah,
yeah.
awesome. Hey, thanks for showing me. I found out he's a woodworker just like me. Wow.
Well, I wouldn't say woodworker just like you. I would say
Okay. Well.
I dabble in trying to
Okay.
cut the odd piece of wood and screw it together.
Okay.
But as I say, I'm gonna.
Hopefully without hitting yourself.
That's the plan anyway.
Yeah. 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 Okay, thanks for sharing that with me. I really appreciate that. You did a lot of work out there.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah.
I get to the dog comes and lies next to me now. He's sort of gotten used to the hammering and the sawing
Okay.
and all the noise the swearing when it goes wrong.
Oh, swearing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And when when I hit my thumb with the saw, it's like oh dear, ouch, oh dear. I don't think it was quite
Oh,
that I said.
Okay.
wasn't
Yeah,
that PG,
Barbie.
was it?
Yeah, Barbie says with the pictures, no sharing. So I understand that I understand that, Barbie. Okay. I just wanted to
Oh,
show.
pictures?
I just wanted to show the difference between uh, when he was at Portage and where he is now.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't worry about me. I won't share anything. So okay, well, thanks a lot there, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining us. Love everybody like always.
Yeah. Thank you for
Thank you.
having me on.
Yeah, thank you, Becca, for coming on. Nice
Yes.
hearing you again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good, good. Well, Becca, great to have you on. As I was saying earlier, Pete, it's great to have you on because
Yeah.
you are our sort of access to
Yeah.
not just Brendan but Steve as well. And
Yeah.
when you come on, Barb comes on and asks and
Yeah.
answers a lot of
Yeah.
questions
Yes.
for us. So I
Yes.
mean,
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks,
it's
Barb. But
great.
yeah, because sometimes I don't remember a lot, and she does, and her mind is probably better than mine. But yeah, thanks, Barb. And yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I told Brendan I do these shows. I'm not taking your
Uh,
place, but I'm kind of like you know letting everybody know what's
you're
happening.
a
Yeah.
you're a very good representation of Brendan
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all the good things that are about him. Pete.
Sure. Yeah.
You and
absolutely.
Barb. You Barb is too, but
Yeah.
it's always a pleasure to talk with you, Pete, and
Yeah. Yeah.
have
Yeah.
you on.
Yep, okie dokie. And finally, very, very big thank you to everybody in the chat and everybody for tuning in to watch. And if you haven't managed to catch it live, I'm sure you'll be able to catch up in the next few hours, days, whatever. So yeah, we keep we keep highlighting the fact that Steve and Brendan need to be out, and we're not going anywhere. We're here. There's
Okay.
a lot of people out there in the world putting in a lot of time and effort to try and get to the bottom of this case. So
Okay.
yeah, thanks for joining, and I'll say
Okay.
cheerio.
Yeah. See you guys. Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
bye.